Here in this container, I have probably anywhere from 80 to 100 German blue ram fry. They're at wiggler state, and if you look closer, you can see they're on their side still. They have their egg sac they're still feeding off of. They're not yet free swimming. And you can see their eyeballs. It's kind of at the top of their head where it's flat, and it goes off to the tail. Then you see their stomach with the egg sac. They'll remain like this anywhere from 2, maybe 3 days or so. And they'll continue to feed off the egg sac until they become free swimming. And they'll have a little bit left, and that's when you want to start feeding any type of micro foods. I've used micro worms. I use baby brine shrimp a lot. You want to use it when it's freshly hatched. Anytime you hatch it and you don't think they're going to eat it, it's typically because they're too old. So whenever they hatch, maybe 18 hours after tumbling the eggs in a container, they're very small. They're going to stay at the bottom of their jar when they're newly hatched. And that's when they're the smallest, they're the most nutritious, and you're going to have the healthiest food to feed your fry. Once you wait another 15 to 24 hours and they're still alive, but the food will start to get larger and some will start to perish, you want to feed before that state. So these fry here from the rams will start eating maybe in the next 24 hours or so. I'll wait till they start free swimming. So they will leave the bottom of the container, and right now they've been tumbled from their where they were laid inside of a flower pot. I tumbled these. I use a little bit of methylene blue, and the eggs will leave the flower pot. They'll become wigglers. They'll kind of get moved around. That's when you remove the flower pot like I did today and cut back on the airflow, because now they're hatched. I don't have to worry about them fungusing up because they're now a new baby fish. So they are alive, they're wiggling around, they're about to swim. Any stronger air pressure on them is going to exhaust them. So I'll go ahead and add my air stem back in there to show you what the water was like. So it was probably that strong, and that's till they hatch. And you'll see I'll kind of move them around so you can see these guys. But we're going to tone that way down so they're not going to be tumbled around like you see there. So for example, we have our air there. We want to lower it to somewhere probably about there, maybe a little larger. It depends on the size of your container. Obviously, smaller container, lower the airflow. The larger it is, you're going to need a little bit more air. If you're using like a 2-gallon aquarium, you're going to need a lot more air to kind of still circulate the water. But a little update on the fry. I might do a couple days in a row and kind of show these guys from where they are now to free swimming to feeding them live foods. But just a little bit of a German blue ram breeding and wiggler update. I know I haven't done a ram specific video in a while, so I wanted to show you that. It's definitely important, little things, little tips for you guys. You want to tumble them strong, and then once they hatch, lower the airflow. And usually any dead eggs will be on the old container or the flower pot that you remove, so that'll help keep the water clean. I haven't done a water change yet because there's no fish waste in there, and I've removed the fungus eggs. But it's also important to have them in this bowl. So I have a white container. It's not clear like a glass aquarium or a hang-on container. They're heated from the room, so they're warm. And they're not getting stuck in corners because the bowl's round, and they're not looking outside because it's not clear. So that way when there's food in there, all they're looking at is food and the other fish in the tank. So that's going to help these fish start their lives and not perish on you, and that way you can successfully breed and raise these rams. Hopefully that was helpful. Stay tuned for more videos, I do plan on showing these guys in the next 3 or 4 days whenever they are free swimming and they're eating live foods. Thanks for watching and look for the next video.